Eileo guys, and welcome back, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the newest baby girl who arrived just in time for the 6th anniversary for MSO. So let me stop talking about that and let's talk about her here. Alright, so there's no consensus on how to pronounce her name, so I'm going to do the big brain tactic here and just not say it at all. So I'm just going to refer to her as B. You can call her whatever that you want, but she's going to be referred to as baby girl B. So that is what it is, at least for this video here. But let's go and check her out real quick. So I already have the fire one pulled up here, and we can see that she's a balanced type, and she's coming in with 30k HP, nearly 31k HP, 3k attack, and then 2.8k defense. She is balanced, so it's fine. It's nothing super extravagant, but it's nothing bad either, because that is decently high stats for a balanced type Astromon that isn't light or dark. Very similar, I want to say, to maybe like Wood Valk, but obviously this is going to hopefully be better than Wood Valk. But let's take a look at her skills real quick. So she has Courageous Strike on the 3-star skill and the 5-star skill. I do believe she is the first Fire Courageous Striker. Let me correct that. The first double Fire Courageous Striker. So it's unknown if she's going to change the meta up or not. At this point in time, she does have a Death Blow lead as well, which could be very interesting because I guess in theory we could take one of the Wukongs out, like a Wukong lead, and put her in there instead. And of course she's going to be on the right lane, not the left lane, because she doesn't have any debuffing properties to her skill kit. And depending on what you run for, like your dimensional dungeon team, I run my Fire Wukong in there. You can try her in there. I mean, heck, why not? If she's usable, use her. But yeah. Let's take a look at the books though. So Courageous Strike, the 3-star version receives a 20% damage boost, and then the 5-star version receives a 25% damage boost. Is she AoE? Let me make sure before I say anything else. Okay, yes. So she is indeed AoE. I will say though, her design is awesome, not to go over here on a rant, but yeah, she looks great in my opinion, but things may get spicy for Titans. Don't quote me on it right now. We have to see how things work out, because things may look good on paper but could actually be trash, just like Light Incubus, but we won't talk about that. And then coming in next though, we do have her water version as well, who's also an attacker type. And yeah, she looks awesome, dude. But she's coming in with 28k HP, there's 4k attack, and then 2.6k defense. Okay, I am definitely down with those stats. So let's take a look at these skills. So for her 3-star skill, she has Attack Up, which increases attack power by 40% for 2 turns. And that's only for her. That's a bit bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen an Astromon with the Attack Up skill on their 3-star skill. I am beguiled. And then for her 5-star skill, she has Weaken. So 80% chance to weaken the enemy for 2 turns. Yeah, that attack up seems a little bit insane to me. Like, what is that supposed to do if she's just powering up her Weaken? I'm not sure. We'll have to see how things fare out. But yeah, very interesting kit because it's single target too. So I can't see that being applied to other monsters, but let me stop theorizing here and let's check out the skill books real quick. So Attack Up receives a 10% effectiveness boost, putting it up to 50%, and also receives a lovely 20% damage boost. And then Weaken receives a 25% damage boost, and it goes up to what, 90% for 2 turns. So books are pretty decent here. Just the whole Attack Up thing is kind of throwing me off. Like, it's cool, but there's no modifiers outside of that Attack Up. There's nothing like Hunter, there's nothing like Predator, there's nothing like that. So if you have another Mon giving her Attack Up, isn't this just basically null and void because you can't stack double Attack Ups? I don't know, we'll have to find out. So she is a bit of a weird champ, so at this point in time, I don't have any comment for this one. If you guys have any big brain ideas, feel free to let me know, but at this time, I'm just straight up weird champing on this one. And then we have the wood one over here, which once again, that color scheme, man, I am down with that. But she is also an attacker type. Wow, they love making these bees attacker types apparently, but she's coming in with 28k HP, 3.7k attack, and then 2.5k defense. Why did they give her worse stats than a water one? What does Smart Study have against all of these wood Astromon that no matter what they give them, no matter how cool they look, they just straight up do them dirty? It's not that wood Astromon are OP, Smart Study. We have Fire Dragon. You've already eroded everything in the game. At least give them something, man. That's all I'm saying. But let's take a look at the skills. So for her 3-star skill, she has Curse, which grants 80% chance to inflict 3 curses on an enemy for 2 turns. And then for her 5-star skill, she has Fulminating Curse. I'm trying to think if there's any other Nat 5s that have curse on them that are also Wood Astromon, because I feel like there aren't that many Wood Astromon that have curse in general, but it doesn't even matter anyways because I don't even know 5 people that use curse, so take with that whatever that you will. Maybe you can make curse a new meta. I will hold my breath and we'll find out how long that lasts. But let's take a look at the skill books. So curse receives a 20% damage boost, and it also goes up to, what was that, 3 turns? Yep, 3 turns. And then Fulminating Curse receives a whopping 25% damage boost. Would I put books into this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Curse has been around for a while. It was something that was fun to use in the Apophis dungeon, but outside of that, I honestly don't have any recommendations for Curse unless you just use it for fun, because other than Dark Hades and, you know, a few select other Astromon, I want to say maybe Dark Candling, Curse for me has just been existing. And then we do have the light version of her coming in next, who is also, surprisingly, an attacker type, but she's coming in with 29k HP, 3.9k attack, and then 2.8k defense. So good stat distribution right there. HP is almost 30k, attack is almost 4k, and defense is once again pretty decent as an attacker. But let's take a look at these skills here. So for her 3-star skill, she has morale boost, which grants 100% chance to restore 50% of her own SP when attacking. This is great because that can mean she can slide over to her 5-star skill with relatively no problems. Always a great thing to have. I'm a bigger fan of morale boost than battle rush, because even though battle rush has some self-sustain, I rather go for damage. I don't need to heal my HP if you've passed away. FYI here. But for her 5-star skill, she has Curse, and this grants a 90% chance to inflict 3 curses on the enemy for 2 turns, very similar to the Wood one. Very odd setup. I mean, it's nice that she has like an AoE curse that can like afflict everyone that you're fighting, but outside of that, I'm trying to think of how big brain would this be actually. Because it's nice that there's no fulminating curse to kind of dispel all of the curse stacks that she may bring up here. Obviously, if you bring another unit, that's going to happen, but in one way, I think this is very good, but also in one way, this could be bad, just because there hasn't really been much research done, at least to my knowledge, about Curse and making it viable, due to the inherent nature of you having to essentially sacrifice survivability to maximize damage with Curse, and that makes it very bad, because if you're going full out DPS and you're not on a Bastion set with Curse, your mons are going to die. They're going to pass away straight up because they don't have any HP, they don't have any defense. Subs can only do much when you're rocking a base stat of like 2.8k for your defense. Like, subs can only go so far, man. So I don't know, this is going to be another weird champ Astromon for me for sure. But taking a look at the books here, it looks like morale boost receives a 20% damage boost and goes up to 60% for herself. Yep. And then Curse receives a 25% damage boost and goes up to 3 turns for 90%. So the percentages aren't bad. It's just the whole issue with Curse in general, to where if you were trying to use her in the most optimal situation, she would have to be on a Bastion set. Without a doubt, that would give her some survivability, because if you try to run her on essentially any other set, she's going to pass away. Alright, and then coming in last, but hopefully not least, is going to be the dark version of her, who is an attacker type, and she's coming in with 31k HP, nearly 3.8k attack, and also nearly 2.8k defense. Very similar to the light one, slightly higher HP. I want to say attack is about the same, and defense is relatively the same too. There's not much difference outside of the light one having the higher innate crit rate and then this one having the higher innate crit damage here. But let's take a look at these skills. So for her 3-star skill, she has Lethal Strike, which greatly increases her attack power in proportion to the target's total defense. This is great in a PvP environment where you're fighting either Dark Siegfried or Dark Sea-Star, because you can just basically rip them apart due to their whole bunch of defense and nothing else. And this is also useful in the Apophis dungeon slash the Apophis fights, where you fight basically Jormungandr on steroids. Now, shockingly to you guys, I've gotten a little bit more serious with the Apophis dungeon, because I checked out the guide. I can't remember the guy's name and I don't want to slaughter it, but yeah, I checked out his guide, and it's a nice kind of beginner's starting point of just building teams and kind of understanding the whole mechanics behind it. So I'm getting some interest in there. Not as much as I should, but it's slowly coming along, which is always a great thing. So I would love to have another dark baby girl to go in there and hit him like a butt cheek on a stick. And then for her 5-star skill, she also has Predator. So while Predator isn't necessarily amazing in the sense of Apophis, it's like a dual-edged sword if you think about it, because not only can you slay this baby girl in PvP, but you can also use her for the lovely Apophis. So I would say overall this isn't bad at all. I mean, this is pretty solid. I can't remember Dark Miho's, or shall I say Midsummer Dark Miho's kit real quick, but we'll take a look right after the skill book. So Lethal Strike receives a 25% damage boost, that's always good, and Predator also receives a 25% damage boost, and Predator is what, 50%? Okay, yeah, not bad at all. Let me check out Midsummer Miho real quick though. Okay, she has Lethal Strike and Attack Up, so very similar kit, even though Predator and Attack Up are two different things here. But yeah, she does have multi-uses just like the lovely Midsummer Miho, and overall I would say that they are quite interesting. Now the light one and the wood one, I want to say, are very weird champ to me. Like, I can't think of anything that comes to mind of how useful they would be, but I could definitely see people wanting to go for the fire one and definitely the dark one, because not only do they have great leads, but their overall kit is pretty darn great too. So like in terms of what I would go for personally, I would say without a doubt the dark one would be number 1 on my list at this point in time, followed by the fire one. Then in third place is going to be the light one, because it's like, yeah, I have a light and dark Astromon, but it's like a weird flex at this point in time. Followed by the wood one, and then last and definitely least is going to be the water one, because I just don't understand that kit. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe it's too big brain for me, but yeah, that's pretty much Baby Girl B, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys like her design, because I think she looks awesome, though her icons don't look great at all. They look kind of weird, but it is what it is. So hopefully you guys are excited about her, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.